Well, hello, my beauties over here on the Tiki Talk. It's nice to see you. I'm Bullhorn Betty. As many of you guys know, I cover true crime. We've been covering this case of Nancy Guthrie for 16, 17, 18, 19, 100 million days now, for quite some time, and nothing seems to break. Nothing seems to make sense. From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere true crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news. I can tell you personally that I have traveled this entire country seeking these answers and bringing that content right here to you here on the Bullhorn Betty channels and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We are happy with the work that we've done. We brought many answers to the public, and we have defied mainstream media in our pursuit of the truth in these cases. We will continue to work, we will continue to fight for these victims, and we will continue to tell their stories here on my channels. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty brand of channels and the Coffee Club. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and more importantly, thank you for allowing me to bring these victims' stories to each and every one of you, advocating for each of these victims. God bless you. God bless America, and more importantly, God bless our victims. We just recently got the notification from Sheriff Chris Nanos that the siblings have been cleared, their spouses, including Tommaso Cioni, have been cleared, and so we still don't know a whole lot. We did get a tidbit because somebody did break some information about a firearms store, multiple stores that law enforcement has gone to, and apparently they're showing them something like 40 different subjects and 40 different subject photos to see if any of those people had been in those stores anytime recently. We don't know the determination of all of that just yet, but we have a lot of information that we are going off of right now. Now, although law enforcement hasn't talked about any type of vehicle they're looking for, if we're to look at Carlos's case as well as this most recent Culver parking lot case, there's one very defining factor, two defining factors in both of those cases. And those are a gray SUV and a pointy tipped nose, kind of more pointy nose on the front end of their vehicle. So I think that is super important because we have received some images that do imply that there was a vehicle parked at the end of the parking lot, or at the end of Nancy Guthrie's driveway. And it does appear that it is an SUV of sorts in the background. So there's stuff there that can be had. If you haven't looked at it or you want to look at it, it's provided by the FBI and put on their website under the Nancy Guthrie case. But 4 different reportings came out. One from Brian Inton, but he breaks down a lot of stuff. He breaks down the fact that there is DNA. We did just receive some notification, which is a little different than what I had presumed, but I wasn't sure, and that was whether or not the DNA from the glove matched the DNA in the house. We are learning right now, according to a report from Fox News, that is not true. The black glove that appeared to be on the side of the road about 2 miles down does not have the same DNA profile as the DNA profile found in the home. We found that out in the last hour. maybe a little longer, maybe a little less. I can't remember, but it was just recently found out with an interview Fox News had with the sheriff today. So that had been, we had been wondering, because everybody was talking about this glove, this black glove. We knew that there was multiple black gloves. We knew that 16 gloves were picked up and taken for testing. And so this one particular black glove everybody was concerned about did garner a profile, but the profile, none of the profiles, the one in the house nor the one on the glove, are in CODIS. So we have an unknown profile at the property where Nancy Guthrie disappeared from, and according to everything I've learned, is that has been run through CODIS. CODIS has spit out that it doesn't belong to anybody. So that's what I'm understanding. And right before that, literally 15 minutes before that, Fox News, I was just reading an article that had just been put out 45 minutes before that, that basically said that Chris Nanos had just said that he had just entered the information into CODIS. And I'm like, so obviously mainstream media is giving us information that's already spoiled by the time it's out. I mean, it's starting to get so bad that it's confusing. And why is it confusing? It's confusing because Chris Nanos is working with mainstream media. As you guys know, mainstream media, by the time it's spoken out of their mouths, social media has already reported it. So it's like everything that we're hearing from mainstream media is always late. And I think it's confusing us because this case is still moving. It is a very fluid case. I mean, we're 16, 17, what's today's date? I can't even remember my days are running together. So I believe we're 17 days in today. Yes, there's 40 suspects, folks. There's 40, at least that's how many people they were taking from firearm store to firearm store. It's the 17th. So this has been going on for 17 days, folks. 17 days. And so we're finding out that the profile on the property does not, I repeat, does not match the glove. Okay? So at the end of the day, I'd be more concerned about the one on the property versus the one 2.5 miles or 2 miles down the road, in all fairness. Even though everybody says that their investigators and searchers weren't wearing black gloves, according to what I understood from Brian Enton, he himself saw searchers with black gloves. So it is possible. I know JLR's out there. We watched him go to this one area that's through a wash that was empty. This wash was empty, but you could see a black glove plain as day down there. Law enforcement didn't bother going and picking it up. So FBI has 40 people with photos going around to 5 Pew Pew stores, to see if they recognize any of those 40 people. That is absolutely accurate. So that's the information that we know. I just dropped a video. I got to tell you, this case, and I know you guys look at, content creators for answers and stuff like that, especially the ones that have been doing this for a little minute. And I got to tell you, in my experience, this is one of the most difficult, confusing cases. Like all of our other cases, like Summer Wells, it was bad because of other content creators, the hate channels getting involved. Sebastian Rogers, much like Summer Wells, it got crazy and disgusting because the hate channels got involved and like to mucky stuff up. And, this one here is a little bit, thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. Aw, thank you. The Night Star. Aw, I love that. And so this one here, we're not getting all of that riffraff from social media or even mainstream media. This is coming from law enforcement. It's like a right hand, left hand issue. By the time we're hearing one report come out, another report is contradicting it. And it's always keeping us, yeah, exactly, Cooper. And it's always keeping us on this teeter-totter, because every time we turn around, we keep wondering, is this really what it is? Or in 5 minutes, is Is this going to be recanted or changed, you know? So at the end of the day, the bottom line is this is still a very much a fluid case. So what do we know right now? The facts are, we know that this woman was taken from her home, okay? This whole thing about burglary or robbery, you know, it is a burglary, obviously, but this robbery gone wrong, it's very rare for a burglar to rob a house at night. Okay? It's very uncommon. You know, most pros, they hit businesses at night, and they hit businesses at night and hit homes during the day, right? Because most people are at work during the day. So this whole thing about them going in the middle of the night, who does that? This was somebody, in my opinion, that was wanting problems. So it comes down to who wanted to hurt this family or who wanted to hurt this lady, because the family's been cleared. We can't keep looking at the family. The family has been cleared, not just the family, their spouses as well. So this is somebody else. Now, could it be a distant relative? There's a possibility there. But there are 6 people that have been cleared, and we have to believe that those people are cleared. So the Guthrie family, the siblings, Savannah, Annie, and Cameron, and their spouses had nothing to do with this. Shamed. But at the end of the day, the family is still holding out hope and prayers. So Brian Enton, he's been talking about this DNA. It looks like the DNA went into CODIS. So what's the next step? The next step, theoretically, would be the IgG, right? So if they have a profile, now, again, I don't know why they're so excited about this glove profile if the glove doesn't match the interior of the house, unless they expect it to be 2 different people. So there is that possibility, that dynamic as well. There may be more than one person involved in this situation, because, again, the statistics, the people that are passing around that this is a robbery gone wrong, you need to look at the statistics of that. These statistics are very, very rare. Very rare. So we don't know what we're looking at here, but we do know it's not Tommaso. It's not Annie. And quite frankly, Annie and Tommaso look like hippie people. And I don't know a whole lot of hippie people that are violent. And so there is that. And then we also had that federal search warrant that was executed on that one guy's house. What is his name? It was Zach, and I don't know why I can't remember these damn people's names over there at 2 miles away. The big one, the one that they got mom and the son, and then they had the other guy down at Culver's. No, it wasn't Carlos. It was the second set. I can't remember their names. They've been putting their names out there. But anyways, they were served by a federal search warrant. And those federal search warrants aren't easy to get. So the glove evidence was found 2 miles from Nancy's home on Campbell. We're learning that that glove does not match the glove that was found on her property. This is a busy road with lots of trash along that road. There's a lot of homeless people in that specific area of the community, and there were multiple black gloves that were recovered from that. Now, we have a chain of custody issue because this glove was sent to the private lab in Florida instead of going to Quantico, which just delayed it about 24 hours from updating it into the system to get those things, to get the results back and into CODIS. So that's what the delay was. And next is going to be the investigative genetic genealogy. And if you guys remember that, that is the same thing that they use to locate who Brian Kohberger was. So will this help finally uncover the truth in the case of Nancy Guthrie? I don't know if it will, but I think we're going in the step in the right direction. Now, we probably should never have learned, you know, I watched Dan Bongino, and he did not like the fact that they talked about the signal sniffer. We should not have learned about the signal sniffer. There is a lot of tools in the toolbox of the FBI and other government officials that should not be known to the public. Now, while I believe their mannerism of how they are trying to find the signal is wrong, right? There's no way a helicopter can get low enough for it to work. So if they strapped this 10x6 box on a drone, I feel like that they would have a better ability to possibly triangulate or locate that signal radiating from her pacemaker. But I don't ever think that there's going to be any type of ability for a helicopter to be that low to the ground, low enough where they're going to be able to pick up that signal. So we've got so much more going on in the case of Nancy Guthrie, but we don't have all the time in the world to go over it on this show here. So I do a show every single morning, anywhere between, most of the time, by 8:30 in the morning, 8:30 to 9 o'clock, unless I have a meeting. Tomorrow I have a meeting, so I'm going to probably start the show around 6 a.m. And, oh my gosh, guys, you will not believe it. I can't tell if it's raining or if it's snowing. It looks like it's snowing in Arizona. Is that snow? I thought they said rain was coming in. I was expecting rain. But that almost looks like snow. It might be rain. It might be rain. It might be rain. It might be rain. I might be way, way, way wrong. I guess only somebody in Arizona. I swear, I just turned on JLR. I've been watching it. It's snow. It's snow. They're saying it's snow. No way. It's snowing in Flagstaff, so it wouldn't be surprised. Wow. Are you going to cover the little girl that's missing in Alabama? Can you send that to me, Tracy Ann? I didn't know a little girl was missing in Alabama. bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I'll absolutely cover it. Come on in, Fitz. Don't make me choke. I'm not a fan anymore, but I have a reason to be. You guys should still don't let my feelings, my personal feelings affect you. I wish I could be that kind to him, but no, not me. That's okay. That's okay. You have a great. You keep loving on him. I'll stand over here, okay? I'm just gonna stand over here and watch. I recently watched you on the Idaho Paramount. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Tamara. All right, guys. Well, that's the information we have on this so far. I don't want to take too much of your time. I just wanted you guys to hear from me. I know I'm trying to get back into coming over here more regular. And, so I'm trying to at least drop a video and come over here and just chat with you guys a little bit. So if you haven't subbed up, he's been all over the nation. He's quirky. Well, I have too, but then I've been sitting out for about 2.5 years, but that's for other reasons, not because I don't want to travel. Like I've decided that when I get back from an event, I'm doing an event. By the way, if you guys are part of Sebastian's Army, Sebastian Rogers, he's a 15-year-old, now 17-year-old missing boy that disappeared in 2024. His 2-year milestone is going to be February 26th. We're going to be in Tennessee, Hendersonville. Good gracious, that's on the other side of the state. Hendersonville, Sumner County. We're going to be in Sumner County, Tennessee, which is just on the outskirts, about an hour off of Nashville, Tennessee. So if you guys are in the area that week and you want to come by and say hi, maybe wave for Sebastian, it's going to be a Bullhorn Betty event, but it's going to be a Sebastian Rogers event. So it's Sebastian's Army. We're coming out. We're just going to be just showing everybody that they still have a missing boy in the community and we need to honk for him and bring him home. So hopefully if you guys are out and about, come by around noon on the 26th. We are going to be cutting cake and having some beverages and just, you know, fellowshipping with one another. So anyways, he was investigating the DC fly comedian. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. You guys rock it out. We will see you later tomorrow. I won't be back on unless something majorly breaks. I will not be back on the rest of today, but check out my videos that I have been posting for this case, and I hope to see you soon. And don't forget to share me and give me a little thumbs up. Talk to you guys later. Bye.